Who wants extra credit? Who wants to tell us what happened last week? Does anyone?
Oh
Rats.
my god, I remember the last end bit, but I don't. Oh my god.
What was
You're
the
just like
beginning?
the
What was the
blood
beginning?
frenzy,
Wait,
just
I think I got it. I think I've
okay.
got it. Can I
Okay.
try?
Yes.
Okay, I already have one extra credit, so I'm gonna try again. Okay, so Tom, who had previously been hit by a car and smushed and killed in front of me, woke up inside of the town morgue and realized that he was no longer dead, and then he snuck out of the morgue, and then he came to school dressed in like a stupid looking outfit, and then showed up and was like, "Hey Harley, what's up? It's me. I'm here to take photos for the Chilling Squad." And I was like, "You were dead," and he was like, "No, it's fine. I'm good. I'm totally okay. I don't think so." And I was like, "Oh boy, you sure are hardy and must have just been in a coma. Seems good." And then Hannah and Bella were investigating in the library, looking into like fae stuff and werewolf stuff and that kind of thing. And they found a picture of a lady who I think 50 years ago was found by like authorities or whatever. And she was talking about things and saying like, "Oh yeah, I'm from here and my family is this." But the people she was talking about were all from like 100 years ago. And then so at that time when she was found, she was like committed to like an insane asylum and just like left there. And she looks just like a young picture of her looks just like Hannah. And Hannah was like, whoa. And also I think was the lady's surname Thorpe as well. Yeah, so she had the same surname as Mr. Thorpe, who's the guy who's like the fairy king who's being kind of creepy to Hannah. So Hannah and Bella were like, right, let's go investigate. So they went to go to the insane asylum and also ran into me and Tom because I had asked Tom what Emily had asked him to do recently, and he explained that Emily had told him to commit ballot fraud. And then once he filled us in on the whole ballot fraud thing, so we were all there, we all agreed to do our own ballot fraud and basically even it out. So Emily gets no votes and Brad gets no votes, but we're putting in my name and Tom's name and Chad's name and Hannah's name. And so Bella and Hannah went to the insane asylum, and I am a bit fuzzy on what Hannah got out of the lady, other than she totally almost banged the receptionist, which is like the stealthiest move. Love
The
that.
And I
receptionist.
got her number.
The
You got her
receptionist
number.
whose name was Olive.
Yes, her name
Yeah.
was Olive, and she was very
That's
open to
fine.
Hannah just pulling some moves on her.
Don't worry about
Don't even
that.
worry about it. And I think that you gazed into the abyss and you saw like a vision with the lady, and the lady was
Yeah.
talking about how her sister married somebody that she was in love with, I think. And there was like a big party thing, and then the woman just like woke up and was like in the modern time. But was like pretty catatonic and hard to communicate with. And then we went, I think there's nothing between that and then us going to the arcade and filling in the ballots. No, I got asked questions by a detective because Brandon is missing. And the detective was like, "Boy, howdy. That sure seems weird. A kid went missing." And I was like, yeah, well, he was kind of depressed and probably just sad. And also the detective had asked Cordelia questions because me, Cordelia, and Emma and Marissa were all the last person seen with Brandon because he was around when Tom got hit by the car the previous day. So I got asked questions, totally killed it, totally fine, by the way. And then smash it. And then we went to the arcade, filled out the ballot stuff, did all the fakey lies, except Bella, who didn't fill out an even amount of Hannah, Harley and Tom and Hannah and Chad. She filled out just Hannah and Chad. And the detective came and asked Hannah some questions and asked Bella some questions.
Hannah and Tom. I put.
Hannah
Oh, you're
Tom.
Hannah and Tom. Sorry,
Hannah
you put
Tom.
Hannah and Tom. That's my bad. You put Hannah and Tom. And then the detective asked Bella questions and asked Hannah questions, and they both were like, "We don't know where Brandon is. We don't know where he would have gone. We have no idea. I don't know. He seemed kind of sad." Yeah. And then we went to the school to go drop off the fakey ballots. And also, me and Bella had a bonding session where we decided to put rats inside Emily's locker because she's a filthy cheater. So Hannah and Tom went to go put the fakey ballots in the box and totally didn't screw it up. And then me and Bella went to put rats inside Emily's locker and succeeded. And then me and Emma and Cordelia and Marissa met up with my ex-boyfriend Brad afterwards. And I was like, "Bye, Bella, gotta go hang out with my gals." And they went back to my place, and I went into the storm cellar and I tied him up in my basement and I stabbed him. And that's where we're currently at.
That's
Yeah.
where we're at now.
I have
That's
2 extra credits. I'm doing so good at school.
Oh my god, you've got like a 4.3 GPA.
Yes.
And you're
I'm going to the best uni in the world.
Oh, that was actually the best recap. I think that like we should just take whatever this whole last episode was off the YouTube and just put that recap on. I think that's Everyone will be like, weird. Like Harley played all of the parts, and yeah, that's just what happened. I don't know what to tell you. But I feel like we're gonna do a little bit of movie magic here, whereas we had the last session end off with Harley and then I believe Marissa sliding a knife into Brad's guts. But we're gonna hop back in time just a little bit to Hannah, Bella, and Tom at the school after hours. It's like nighttime, it's dark, and Harley and her cheerleader buddies just left. Are you all just gonna go home? Are you continuing to hang out? Like Tom, I just want to remind you that your parent and or parents, I think you said it's just one at your house.
Yeah.
Think you're dead. They don't know that you went to school. They have no idea that you were here. So maybe you're just finishing up and like wiping your hands of all of the ballot tampering, and it enters your mind when you're like, okay, we're done. Like maybe I should go home. You're like, oh.
Just tell my mom about this, about how I'm not dead anymore.
So you three are in the probably just like the central area in front of the school where Tom was once smushed against a hedgehog. What do you do? Are you all gonna just like go your separate ways, or?
Also, where was the ballot box left? I know they smashed it. Did they like fix anything at all?
It was in the office, right? They made it look like we did a roll and they made it look like it had just fallen over.
Okay.
But also they hit it with an axe.
Oh, okay. Should we get rid of the axe? What should we do here?
Well,
What if we put the
put it
axe
back.
in the I was gonna say we could put it in Emily's locker too.
Oh, no.
If you want to suggest that, I mean, I'd do it.
Well, we put the axe back in the
case.
in the case, and
There's no glass in it anymore,
There's
but it's in the fire alarm case.
it's fine.
It's an unfortunate accident. Yeah, so that's like that had all been handled. The rolls have already been made. So like if you wanted to go back and do something else, you absolutely can. But I'm just like, we're pulling into the scene. It's a new episode. And Tom, Hannah, and Bella, you're all like standing in front of the school. The sun has set and you're in that like weird twilight where the sky is like a purpley with a little bit of orange and like the stars are just starting to come out. And Tom, like you have this realization like, oh, right. My mom doesn't know I'm not dead. And Hannah and Bella, you've spent the whole day together. Are you continuing with that? I just want to like, are you awkwardly being like, okay, bye guys? Or do you have more plans together? Tom, are you going to like try and catch a night bus? Or like Bella has a car?
Do those run or should like, because if they don't, if they're sketchy, I think I would run. I'd be like, Bella, can you take me home?
I could take the gang home.
Do you have
Yeah.
this? Let's have a conversation, everybody.
Yeah.
In character. Let's go.
Ballots are all set. We're good. We there's no evidence of
Yeah.
us even being in there.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Why don't we just get the fuck out of here?
Yeah. I can't. So I don't do any like driving or anything, and I
That
usually just take
sucks.
the bus. Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Really is, and I was wondering if you would be nice, help and let me, and maybe
You want me to look up buses for you, or what do you want?
I don't think they were on this late.
You want me to spare you on a taxi and I'll take it back with interest, or
That I don't know how that works.
I'll give you a fucking ride. Shut up.
Thank
I
you.
just-
I didn't want to ask, so I'm happy you offered.
Would you also be able to give me? I was meant to be working,
Yeah, no, of course.
and I need to get back.
Yeah, of
at
course.
some
I thought
point.
what? I thought you liked me. You didn't even have a fight. You didn't. I spent like 10 seconds trying to get a ride.
Well,
You just
Hannah's
jumped at
been
it.
going through a lot. Okay, you don't understand. She's going through a lot right now. You're not going through anything except wiggly limbs. Okay, I'll
Yeah,
take you
that's-
home.
Okay, what's going on with Hannah?
We're menstruating. We're just on our period. Blood. Period. Blood. Pussy. Blood. Just
I don't know if I
go.
want to get in the car anymore.
Bella, what? Excuse me?
No, I
We're
think-
period. That's it. That's what we're doing. So we're gonna go home now.
Okay.
I'm fine. I'm not. It's not that. It's. Well,
Hannah,
should I tell?
No, don't. Why would you want to tell?
What happened?
You know what happened to him?
Yeah, is this really the time to discuss this topic?
I'd love to know.
What do you want to tell him?
Tom,
Yeah. Yeah.
do you believe in supernatural stuff?
No.
Oh, well,
Hannah, just
maybe we should go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
we
Did you guys see a
just
ghost?
we are thinking about starting a D&D group. It's this whole thing.
Oh, lame.
Yeah, it's stupid. Anyways, let's just get in my car.
Okay.
Okay, so Hannah, you're just gonna be a good friend and allow all these people to get rides from you back to their homes and or workplaces.
Bella, you mean?
Bella, sorry, yeah, I was.
Oh wait, what?
You're just gonna take them all home and then like go home by yourself and do things that the camera doesn't really care about.
I have an idea. What if
Okay.
we drop off Tom, me and Hannah,
Yeah.
Okay.
and then we kind of try to creep on him because we're wondering if he's dead or not?
Oh, you could do that.
I'm down.
Okay, yeah, let's
Okay.
creep on Tom.
Cool.
So you go to your car in the parking lot and you all load up. And who's in the back seat?
Probably
Tom.
me. Yeah.
Tom. So Hannah gets the front seat, which you've kept relatively clean, and Tom is in the back with like fast food crinkles and like how old is that milkshake? I don't know, and like all of your school books and some anime cassette tapes, I guess. Have you been to Tom's house before? He's only been at school for a week, right?
I don't think we know even where he lives.
Yeah, where do you live, farm boy?
I'm on the outskirts of town. We got a house just like right out there. So it's kind of a drive, but you already said yes, so it's okay.
Whatever. Just be
Tom's
quiet.
nice, Bella.
He's
Thank you.
Bella!
You're right. You can talk.
Thank
just
you.
you're
He's nice.
just shower when you get home, okay? I know on the farm it's acceptable. But you smell worse than all that fast food back there. Okay.
I thought the mascot suit would hold it all in, but
Oh God. Okay. let's just go to your house. Just tell me where to
Yeah.
go.
Actually, speaking of how Tom smells, can you roll dark for me, Tom?
Oh my god.
I'm
Is he
so excited.
decomposing?
I don't know.
Let's find out. I hope I roll good. Sorry, just loading up. Dark. Oh, I've got a negative in this. No modifiers, just go for it.
Just dark, yeah, no modifiers. Oh, partial success. Okay, you're fine. You smell fine.
Oh, thank goodness.
I mean, Bella's just being mean. You don't smell
I'm just
any
being
worse.
I'm
than
just
Good,
being
normal.
a
thank you.
bitch.
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't. Oh, wait a minute. Do I get experience for excusing somebody being mean to me?
I feel like you only get the experience if it's with your lover.
Oh, I thought that was a
Oh,
human
every
trait.
time. No, it's every time you forgive someone for hurting you and excuse their base nature, you gain a string on them.
Oh.
Oh.
Do I get a string for Bella
I
calling me
just called
stinky?
you smelly. That's
Yeah, we
nothing.
meet all the time.
That's nothing.
I hope
That's
you're like,
nothing.
I hope the way
I'm
you
giving
excuse
you
her
a
base
fucking
nature is you're like, it's not Bella's
Oh,
fault. She's a
not-
girl. Girls are just mean.
She said she was menstruating. And
Yeah,
I just learned
of
about
course
that.
she's being mean to me. She's menstruating.
Okay, so no, you don't get experience. I don't think
Okay, we're
she's
driving-
mean enough. I don't think
That's
that was.
fair.
Did that actually hurt you, Tom? Did
No,
it
I'm
hurt
too
your
stupid
character
for it
be
to have
called
hurt me.
Okay. So you're in the back of the car, and Bella, you start heading to Tom's abode. Are you all just like hanging out silently? Hannah, it seemed like you were on the cusp of maybe telling Tom about your secret. Does it like you're all sitting in the car together? Do you have any music on? Like, is it just like crickets? You know?
What if we listen to the radio and like something is said? I don't know. Maybe it's like that news story of Tom dying is playing, or I don't know, something. I want some
Yeah.
spice.
Okay. So you turn on the radio and it's definitely let's see, Groove is in the Heart is on. I looked up, that's the one I choose.
Let's
So
sing
it's just
along.
like, you know, a bop. And Tom, when you're maybe jamming a little bit to the song, like you can feel your like ribs in your chest like moving in ways they oughtn't to. and like you're sitting and you can feel like the similar, like your pelvis is weird situation. So you're just like in the back of the car, like in your body, like feeling that your bones are broken.
It might be just the groove, guys, but like I don't know if my ribs should be in my heart too. Like I'm having a lot of there's a lot of I wasn't worried before, but I'm kind of worried now about all the movement within my body.
I think me and Hannah look at each other.
Yeah.
So, like, should we go to a hospital? I just came from one.
Do you feel okay? Does it hurt?
Are you all right?
No, it's fine. But also, like, weird. It's like when you have like a bump on your body and you don't know how you got it. It's like it doesn't hurt, but it's like
Hannah, feel it. Touch him. Feel it.
Touch it.
I'm gonna lean over in the back seat and I'm gonna pat down Tom, I guess.
Yeah. So you're doing the whole like I'm an awkward person, like trying not to grope you while also groping you.
Just gonna remind you that I kill people, Hannah. While you're just touching my man, I kill people.
Right as this is happening.
Right? Yeah, sure. His rib is in his heart. What else is inside something, Hannah? You can tell me. Go on.
You're in my heart, Harley, please.
So yeah, Hannah, you can totally feel that like when you touch his like rib cage, it like it moved inward in a way that like a rib cage doesn't really, and like it just feels like you can kind of feel like an extra layer of like squish, which you might assume is like internal bleeding. Just like, yeah, it's bad.
Oh my god. Tom, Bella,
what?
Okay. This is not how
Are you sure? Do you
Oh
even
my
know
God.
how bodies are? Are you sure it's not normal?
Are you a doctor?
Are you asking if I've ever felt
I don't want
his ribs?
I just don't want to touch him, but I want to know if you're serious, like if it's actually
Okay.
weird.
It is very weird.
It's
Tom, I'm gonna touch you. I'm gonna
Okay.
touch you.
You can compare, and
Just-
you will like.
Should I come to the front?
Just stay there, okay?
Okay.
What the fuck is wrong with your body?
It's never been like this before, I promise.
Do you
What the
pull
fuck is
over
it?
when you do that, or do you just?
No, I do
Your
it while
one hand.
driving.
I
I
had
do
a
it while-
feeling.
Just like
I go like this, like, I'm like just.
Eh.
Do you have any weird health problems you didn't tell us about?
Well, I don't really know my family tree much, but like it wasn't like this before.
It wasn't like
woke up
this
in the hospital.
when, like
before
a
when?
year ago,
Yes,
or like
the
5
day-
years ago, or like
No, like this week, like the car accident thing.
Yeah,
um,
Bella, do you
I-
remember what we?
I know. Okay,
Yeah.
Tom.
Yeah.
If we go to your house, could we go to your bedroom with you?
Please.
We
I
just need
think I've
I
never
think
had
we just
girls
need to
over.
have a
a
talk.
private thing.
Okay.
We're not gonna do anything to you. Trust me. Neither of us wants to fuck you. That's very
Okay.
clear. We just
I was
want to.
worried.
It just. We just.
I was worried. What the fuck?
Shut the fuck up. Fuck. Kill you down.
It's
Because
like
my
Holly
bones
is
are
all
a
over
mess.
me, and like Emily's all over me, and everyone just really wants me really badly. So I thought it was you guys too.
I was
Like I don't know what
worried.
girls are like in the city.
Wow.
We're going to beat the shit out of you.
Please
Okay.
don't. I'm
We're
already-
not. Okay.
Okay.
Let's just tell me how to get to your house. Hannah.
Okay. Just
Hannah-
down the street and
Yeah.
just keep going till you hit
Okay,
the dirt road.
Yeah. And
You're
I
gonna
like
think it
whisper to
ends.
Hannah, and I'm like, we're gonna fucking talk to him and see,
Oh.
and we're gonna tell him. Maybe we can. He's dumb, so if he told other people, no one would like.
Believe him.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, Hannah, you could also make him promise.
Ooh.
I would
You
just like
think
to
that
remind you
wasn't
that
in
you're
the
a supernatural
cards?
creature, that you have powers. Anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, you're all driving and you pull up to Tom's house. I feel like I'm not remiss in describing Tom's house as like a double wide trailer, but on some property. Like they bought the like pre-built double wide home, and it looks nice. It's just like one of those that you can just like plop down on any plot of land you like. There's a rusted out truck sitting in the driveway. So Tom, like, is it your mom or your dad?
It's my mom.
So your mom is home,
Mhm.
and she probably has like a little vegetable garden that she's been trying to tend like in the front yard, and it looks like really sad, but also like really like she's trying really hard, but you can tell like maybe some rabbits have been getting in or something, but it's like in the front yard. There's weeds like around, and the grass is like half grass and half like the field around the house, and it's hard to know where one starts and one ends. So yeah, you like pull up to this house, and like the lights of your car like illuminate the front window.
That's it. I don't know. It looks like my mom's home, so I'm probably just like call her and go in and just, if you guys want to wait in the car, I'll go in first, because I don't know if she knows that I died or if I have to, or that I got hurt.
Yeah. Well,
So I'm just gonna tell her in case she's like looking at me and notices my bones shifting around weird.
do you want us to like sneak in, or do you want?
Does your mom care
Us
if
to-
girls are over?
No, I don't think she would, but I should probably like tell her first.
Okay.
Okay. I'm
Okay.
gonna get out of the car. I'm gonna head inside.
Okay. Do you knock first, or you just open the door?
I'm gonna swing the door open and scream. Eddie! Eddie, I'm home! Eddie!
Is it Annie?
No, it's Eddie. I think her name
Eddie?
is Edith, but I'm gonna
Okay.
call her Eddie because she loves cool nicknames. And
Okay. So you yell out Eddie, and you hear something in the kitchen crash on the floor and break.
oh, Mom, you okay?
And then your mother like runs into the room and sees you and like stops for a second.
Yeah.
And like you can see that she's been crying.
Oh.
Her eyes are all red, and like she looks older than the last time you saw her, even though it was just yesterday. I'm imagining she has like the short like permed hair, like short curly hair. I'm imagining my own grandma. And like she's wearing like a very flowered, like patched up like robe. And she looks at you and she just starts sobbing, and she like runs over to you. And she just like grabs you and she hugs you, and she's just like sobbing into your shoulder, and she's like, I thought you were dead.
Oh, nope, I'm okay. Also, you gotta. I'm gonna try and pry her off because I don't want her feeling the gross.
Okay.
Should I roll to see if she finds out?
Yeah.
Is that a keep her cool kind of thing?
I think that's a keep your cool.
Oh God, I'm so bad with cool.
Let me
okay.
just check. Let me just make sure.
Okay.
Because I don't think that there's anything else. Or you could roll to shut your mom down, but I think that's also cold. So yeah, you're fucked. Yeah, roll with cold.
Cool. Are you in chat telling people that if people donate, we all get drunk?
No, I meant like we get wasted, like we get in trouble, and then I realized that I am Australian and very stupid, and things mean different things in different places.
I was like,
I mean, we're down.
We're down.
Yeah.
We can't TOS. We can't say we'll do it, but
I know.
Yeah.
But if we get to 100 euros,
redemption.
Bluejay will make a bad thing happen to us. Probably, I guess. I don't know.
All right, I'm rolling cold.
Anyway, roll with cold. I don't know what this bad luck thing is, but he got a fail anyway. So Mark, he doesn't need more bad luck, chat. He has enough bad luck.
I died.
He died. Okay. So I mean that was kind of like my fault. Anyway. So your mom is holding on to you, and you are trying to like, hey, don't like touch, grab, pull, poke, prod,
Tender.
grope. And she like almost immediately, one, notices what you're doing, and two, notices how you feel different than the last time she hugged you, because your mom loves you.
Yeah.
And she hugs you a lot.
Oh.
And so it's not like she'd be like, I haven't touched you in the last 15 years of your life. We just, shake hands at the doorway when you go to school. She knows what hugging you feels like. And when her hands like go around your shoulders, like maybe your collarbone's broken or something, but like she feels something different. and also that you're trying to push her away. And she backs up just a little bit and she looks at you again. And she's still like touching you. She's still like got her like hands on your shoulders. And she's like, are you what's wrong? I thought you should be in the hospital. What happened? They told me that you died.
Well, I'm fine. And honestly, I think it's kind of weird that they didn't tell you that I left the hospital, because I was in there and then I came out and I told them, I was like, I'm fine. I don't even feel anything wrong. But the issue now is that some of my body is different than before. And I was going to ask you if it's like a genetic thing, like if at a certain age the body changes, maybe this is a side of, I don't know. And I'm kind of concerned, but you shouldn't be concerned. I'm fine.
I think that we need to hear. And she like grabs her purse and car keys from by the door, and she's like, we should take you back to the hospital. If they thought you were dead, I don't know. They've obviously done something very wrong, and I need to speak to your doctor.
No, it's okay. And I have friends coming over today too, and I don't want them to cancel on them either. So like it's okay. I don't hurt.
Wait, you were at school? You let me think that you were dead?
I didn't know that anyone else knew that I thought that I was hurt.
You didn't come home last night and they said that you got hit by a car, and then instead of telling your mother that you were okay, you just went to school?
We don't have a landline. I would have called, but and I don't have a car, and I needed to get my friends to drive me here.
And she's just like standing in the doorway. And so like you all in the car can probably see like there's the light from the living room, and there's Tom and there's his mother. So you can kind of see like the outlines of these people moving around. And also you saw that she like went to hug him, and you both having like felt Tom's body in a totally platonic way. You know that what hugging him, like it would have been obvious. So you're sitting in the car. Are either one of you gonna like come out and try and?
I think we're talking for a bit. It's like,
yeah,
Hannah, what if I like wolf up and eat his mom or something?
Oh, Bella, I don't know.
Okay, you're right. That's dumb.
Yeah,
That's dumb.
I know. You just try
so
to go to
annoying.
the extremes, and then I feel like I have to bring you back down. And I mean, I really like that about you. I mean, you're very inventive, but it's quite.
What if I just eat a limb as a distraction? Like I just bite her arm, and then she thinks like her and her son match more, and they bond over their weird bodies. No,
I don't think that's a good idea. We could just pretend that we're normal high schoolers and that everything's fine.
You're right. I don't even know how to be a wolf. I really want to wolf up again, and she's just annoying me. Like,
well, we could do that. I just don't think maybe we should eat Tom's mom.
You're right.
Yeah.
Why don't? Well, we need to talk to Tom about this. So,
do you think we should just go inside and maybe we can distract the situation and make sure that Tom is not being squidged about too much?
Yeah, let's just
like what if a rib actually came just like what if he just I don't know. What if his mom hugs him really hard and then just like he just indents like in the middle of his chest, he just goes like,
yeah, we don't want him to fold like a piece of paper. Why don't we just go in and act like we have something so important to do with Tom that like we have a big farm,
we have a test or a project,
like farms. I don't know, something that she would fuck off for, instead of like eating her or whatever. I guess that was stupid.
Well, I don't think if okay, how about if worse comes to worse, you can eat her, but I'll give you a sign, and it's not gonna happen.
What's the sign? Is it like a cough or a blink?
I'll scratch
your hair.
I'll wink at you and I'll rub my ear.
Two things?
Like at the same time.
That's gonna be such an obvious signal, though. I'm gonna have to.
It's gonna be eaten in 2 minutes.
I'm gonna need. Okay, well, it's fine. You're right. Whatever. Let's just let's go inside.
Okay. All right. So Tom, you're having this discussion with your mother, who's like kind of progressively freaking out more at you because, like, first you were dead and then you didn't tell her that you weren't dead. And now she needs to go have a talk with some hospital administrators. And then, like, behind you, Hannah and Bella like walk up the steps to your house, and you see your mom. It's this weird thing that parents do sometimes when they have guests over, and now we have to like put aside our like argument that we were having and put on our like we're a fine family face for the guests. And so she, like, you see that face come on when she sees these two girls in the school uniforms come up behind you, and she's like, "Oh, you didn't tell me they were here already."
I said,
Hello,
girls.
Mrs. Dingle. It's lovely to meet you. Hi.
Yeah, it's nice to know you for now, or for know you. It's nice to meet you. Sorry.
It's nice to eat meat.
It's nice to meet you, but like meat as in food meat, you know? Never mind.
I'm Hannah, and this is Bella.
Hi.
Oh, well, come in, girls. Come in. Tom and we'll, wow, you're so pretty. You sit down. I'll warm up some pie, and you all can just did you? Is it a study thing, Tom?
yep.
A project.
Yes.
Big
Oh,
project.
we're
Yeah.
doing a lot of science fair stuff.
Right.
Yep.
Did you want tea or hot cocoa or apple cider?
Ooh,
Apple cider.
Apple cider.
Take a water.
Okay, I'll get that. I'll be in the kitchen. You just make yourselves at home. And she's looking like confused, but also her like innate mom programming is forcing her to like, okay, like guests. So she goes into the kitchen, and if you were to look back in the kitchen, you see her just like put her palms on the countertop and just stare at the cabinet for like a hot minute while she does some processing. But now you three are all in Tom's house.
Show us your room, Tom.
Okay. Eddie, we're going in my room. We're gonna keep working in there. And take him to the room.
Okay. So you three are now in Tom's room. Tom, do you want to tell everybody what your room looks like?
Almost barren. Almost like a prison cell. Like, I'm thinking there's like a cot, like a military cot on the ground, and maybe a chair and a desk and no wall art whatsoever. I mean, this is a mobile home, right?
Yeah. Well, it's like if you've ever been inside like a mobile home, they're actually like pretty nice depending.
They are.
It's just like they happen to be movable.
Okay, perfect. I wasn't sure if it was like a mobile home or like a trailer home type situation.
It's not like an actual trailer where the table turns into a bed. It's just like it's a home that moves.
I was gonna start swinging for that, but okay, that's fine. Yeah, just pretty empty, not much going on. Very almost zero personality. Like, you couldn't tell who lives here. It could have been a guest room.
Okay.
Anyway,
So
sorry.
yeah, you all get in here, and do you shut the door behind you?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so my mom's a little concerned about the organs and the bones.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't see what the deal is, since I'm like, I don't.
Would you be willing to just test something for me? I've just been thinking about it a
Maybe.
lot.
Okay, what is it?
If I like poked you really hard on your tummy, would it just stay in?
Maybe. Well, let's do it.
Okay.
Make a smiley face. No, a sad face.
How do okay.
Just like poke. I want to see a picture.
Okay, fine. I'm I'm gonna like double poke the eyes and like try go quite far in.
Okay. So it doesn't like his skin like bounces back when you poke it.
Oh, damn it.
Like, it's not like it just stays poked. I don't know that like skin and organs and muscles like do that. Even like if he was dead and decomposing, maybe your fingers would be able to just go into him, but he's not. So it just like bounces back. But yeah, it feels weirdly like squishy.
So pretty normal, right?
It's not
Hannah,
normal.
we should
I would like to remind you, Tom, that last episode you did cough up like half a lung.
That's a good point. I forgot about that. Okay.
Okay.
So like, do you know anyone that could help? Like, I don't want to concern doctors or anything.
Okay, just Tom, just
my
Hannah.
house.
Barely. Okay, this is barely a house. Anyways, Hannah, you
Yeah.
should just tell him about the vision thing and just do it. Just tell him.
Okay. So, Tom,
Eh.
so I know, so I, you know,
No.
yeah. So, you know, it's supernatural things, paranormal things.
No, not real.
No.
Mm-mm.
Well, so they might be slightly true. And I know it's going to sound really weird, but if you hear me out, I can. So the night you died, I could see that, and I knew you were dead before I was told you were dead.
That's just like a dream, and I really want to
No,
get
I
away
was-
from the
wait.
phrasing of dead. Just like
No.
got sick.
It was not a dream, and I was there, and I wouldn't fucking lie because I'm not a fucking liar like all these, Harleys at the school. I don't do all these shady things. I was there. She told me she saw you on a metal fucking bed thing before you told us that.
And
Okay?
I saw you. I saw you on the bed. I saw you with like the tag. I saw it all, and I knew it happened before anyone told me.
Isn't that like the definition of deja vu though? Like it's nothing.
No, that's not. No.
Oh.
God, I'm gonna. Tom,
Mm.
I literally turned into a fucking wolf. Okay?
Not real.
Yes,
No.
yes, I did. Yes, I did.
I saw
I
her.
did.
Lying.
I swear to God, I
BS.
literally talked about eating your mother in the car before we went inside. I talked about eating your fucking mom. You call Eddie for some reason.
You guys are crazy. Eddie's a great name.
Yo, listen, Tom. Listen, why would you think we like you and we just want to make a little prank on you? You're literally a wiggly bag of beans. Like, we are trying to talk to you and figure this shit out. You're dead. And honestly, it would be a lot easier if you were. But you're not.
I can. Okay. Please, can I prove this to you, Bella?
Yes.
I think I can do, and you as well. But I need you both to be down. Okay. Please.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm gonna use one of my moves, and I am gonna guide them, which means, they're coming across the veil into a supernatural plane with me.
Oh dear God.
Okay. All right. So there's this argument that's happening, and Bella is yelling and trying to convince Tom that supernatural things are real and that she was going to eat his mom. And Tom's like, no, that's not. That's not. And Hannah, you can, if you spend a string on someone willing, bring them across the veil.
Mhm.
So do you have a string on Tom?
Fuck, no, I don't.
So that's what you would need to do first, is you would have to
Okay,
get a string on Tom.
How
Easy ways to get a string on somebody. If they break a promise to you. I believe also you can get strings if I think if you shut someone down, you can gain a string on them if they don't have a string on you. If you get a 10 up on turn someone on, you can get a string on them.
Why don't you just show them your boobs or something?
What,
Like,
or don't, either is fine. You can also not
the
do
way
that.
the way this comes across like fictionally is maybe so you want to bring Tom and Bella across the veil into fairy realm. You've never done this before. So how are you going about like trying to access this power?
Wait, sorry, repeat the question.
Like, what are you doing to try and like what is, because you've never brought anyone across the veil before. You've never even done it yourself. But you have this new ability. But what does it feel like for Hannah when she's trying to do this? And so like if you tell me like what that feels like, I can tell you like how you can tell that you can bring Bella but not Tom, right?
Okay.
So what does it feel like when you're like trying to be like, I want to go to the fairy realm, I want
I
to
guess
bring them
just
with me?
as the tensions are kind of rising, it becomes more and more noticeable to me that it feels like a part of me when I came back from the fairy realm was left there, as if I
Mhm.
could always kind of just I could like position myself back there if I
Okay.
really, really concentrated on it.
So as Bella and Tom are arguing, you're like trying to be like, I do not hear, I do not see, like I don't
Yeah.
want to be a part of this. And while you're separating yourself from the yelling situation is when you feel that other part of yourself that you left in the fairy realm. And like maybe you close your eyes for a second. And when you open them, you have this like weird double vision. And you can see again the golden light in your chest. And you can see it like extending and like strings tying you to Bella. But you can also see that there aren't any strings tying you to Tom. And there's some like instinctual part of you that knows that if you were to try and bring Tom to the other side with you, it wouldn't work because you don't have any of those strings on him. And maybe there's this like very kind of like I don't know if like beastly is the right word, but like possessive part of you, like a voice inside you that says like, no, like I have to have strings on him. I need to be able to control him. I need to have leverage over him. And it's this part of you that maybe you hadn't noticed before ever. Like it's a voice inside you. It's a possessive need that wasn't something that you've ever encountered inside yourself before, but like you can see Bella glowing golden from the strings between you and her, and Tom looking kind of like dull and almost monochromatic in this like weird vision you have right now. And there's this feeling of wrongness to you. Like you have to fix that.
Okay.
So what do you do?
Tom,
Yeah.
I need you to promise me something really quick. Anything. Just promise me that you
guys are
can
just fine. What do you need?
Yeah. Just something that you will break. Quick. Can you promise me that you
What?
would never Okay. Okay. Bella, you're going to hate this. Promise me that you will never ever kiss Bella and then just kiss her. It just has to be a pact. Just do that. And then it will be so quick. Please just do it. Just do it. Just Bella, please. Hug. Fine. Hug her. But promise me first.
Okay. I promise not to ever hug Bella.
Okay, go.
Okay, I'm gonna
let's just do it. God, you smell. Just quickly.
Okay, don't touch anything. I go for a hug.
Okay.
Okay. And Bella, do you allow this to happen? Like, do you have
Yes,
you and
Oh.
Hannah kind of practiced this before, right? When you were trying to figure out how her powers worked. So Smelly Tom gives you a hug, and Hannah, now you can see in this like weird double vision that you have going on, like you can see and feel that like harp string plucked, and now Tom has a string in between you and him. So now you do have a string on Tom because he broke a promise, and you're also kind of mad at him, but like that's fine. It's that like voice inside you, like he broke a promise to me.
Oh, dang.
So you get a string on Tom, and now you can spend a string on both Tom and Bella and take them with you if you would like.
Yes.
I would love to.
So you immediately spend the string on Tom and spend one string on Bella. And then you like again, you're seeing this double vision. You see these strings between the both of you, and you like just with your two hands, like just tug on two of those strings and then take a step backwards. And when you step backwards, like maybe you were about to hit the wall in Tom's bedroom because it's very small. But instead of hitting the wall, all of a sudden, like 1 second to the next, all three of you are back in the golden bejeweled room with the chaise lounge and the many chandeliers, and the light floating in through the window is exactly the same. Like no time has changed at all. And all of the walls are draped in this like beautiful like silks and like ivories and golds. And there's this music that all of the sudden is just like playing, but it's not really like music. It's just like the most expensive spa you've ever been in where the sound is just around you. And so now you're all in the fairy realm. And right there, before we have a chance to react, is when we're gonna smash cut to Harley pulling Harley pulling a kitchen knife out of Brad's gut.
Me? I would never. What do you even mean? That's
sorry. Who's
baseless.
Is Emma? Cordelia?
No, it is me. To be fair, we all took a turn, but maybe I did the last one. I don't know.
So Harley, Brad is sitting in this chair that's set up in your basement. You told him that this was your uncle's house or someone's uncle's house, and his head is like lolling forward on his neck, and his skin is all like super, super pale, and there's just blood everywhere on the ground. And all three of your cheerleader gang buddies are standing around with their like hands and forearms coated in Brad's blood. Do you like, so this is Marissa's first time, or maybe, you know,
maybe not. I think it's the second time. Yeah,
it's Marissa's second time. So she's got a little bit of blood on the uniform, let's say. But Emma and Cordelia and yourself are both, aside from your hands, relatively clean, which would hint to experience, I think one might say. So you have Brad's body in your basement. What do?
So what we do is we get this big old plastic sheeting, like just like very like methodically, we get like this plastic sheeting out and we put it on the floor. And we like grab his body, we put on the plastic sheeting, and then we get, I don't know what they're called. That's the saws that like chefs use to cut through meat and bone.
Oh, right, like a turkey one?
That's one of those, yeah. And we just like get that, and like we're gonna wait for the blood to chill. And then we're just gonna like start cutting up the body into like little bitsies, you know, as you do.
Is this experience one in which you are all like eerily silent and like hypnotized, or is it like we're just being chill and girlfriends and blah blah blah?
I just see it as like very silent, very just like doing like just going through the motions kind of thing, and like just like no talking, because any talking might disrupt like the flow or like the accuracy and stuff.
Is there any noticeable difference like in the behaviors or features of like Cordelia and Emma and Marissa? Like, do they look different when they're like doing this with you? Like, is there anything noticeable about them?
No, they're just very like, you know, like tabula rasa of humans, just like very like blank slate, not really like, you know, like some people have like a certain way they hold their face or like certain smile they have, whatever. We're all just like completely like stony face, just like.
Okay. And so all of this happens, and again, like you said, it's all very methodical, as though it has maybe happened before. And then like all of the gory stuff is handled. We'll just like, you know,
gory bits, whatever, they're all packed up.
And then you like have the like you're washing your hands at the very large sink in the basement. Is that like, how do you dismiss them? Do you leave the body there? Like, what's the...
Do I notice the blood on Marissa's shirt?
Yeah, you would.
Okay. Can I just like gesture and be like, you're gonna have to get a new shirt that's got bits on it?
And she looks down at herself and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll take care of that."
No, I'd really rather if you could just give it to me. We can just
and
burn
she
it
just
with everything
immediately
else.
Like strips it off and like hands it to you. And it's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't even realize. I'll do better next time.
That's totally fine. Don't even worry about it. We'll just burn it with everything else. That's fine. And I'm just gonna like take the little rolled up. They're in like paper, like just like brown paper limbs bits. Okay. I don't even put them in like a freezer or anything. I just put them in like in the corner of the basement. I just like cover them until we have the next bonfire and I can get rid of them.
All right. Can you roll for me to keep your cool?
Absolutely, I can do that. No worries.
Oh, nice.
I also still have 2 to carry forward that I will not forget about, and I'll tell you before I do it.
Okay.
Whenever I do a roll, but I just remembered that. But yeah, 16.
I feel like I might be doing the carry forward wrong, but I don't care. We're just doing it. It's fine. I think it's supposed to be on the very next roll that's relevant, but we've been doing it this way, so it's fine. You got one forward. You get to spend it whenever.
Okay, cool.
So you get a 10 plus. So you keep your cool and gain insight. So you're experienced. You've got your head in the game. You're not like freaking out. None of your compatriots are freaking out. So you don't like, there's nothing that is like left to be like accidentally found. Like if any of you have spots of blood on your shoes or whatever, it's all taken care of. Is there any like question you have about this situation that you would like me to specifically answer?
Oh my goodness. I didn't think of this.
The situation being Brad's murder.
Okay. I would like to know, can I know like how if Emily's gonna be particularly suspicious of him missing?
Okay, so you're thinking through, you have like, maybe this is just the same organizational stratum that you have with like any kind of cheerleading meet or any kind of at school activity where you're just like ticking off all the boxes and making sure you haven't forgotten to cover anything. And you're just like, all of a sudden you're like, oh, right. Emily and Brad were an item. Emily and Brad were going to go to homecoming together. Is there anything that I need to take care of regarding that situation? And it comes into your mind that while Emily was probably using Brad for his like latent popularity, even though he dumped you in public or you dumped him or whatever that situation
Whatever
was,
that was.
He was still the quarterback. She probably doesn't have like a whole lot of emotional ties to the situation, and Brad's behavior towards women is like fairly commonplace, so she would probably just assume that she was being stood up for some hussy.
Okay.
So you don't think that Emily is probably gonna do much researching into like why Brad isn't hanging off of her arm anymore.
Okay.
But I will hand this to you. It occurs to you that what's more important to Emily than Brad was winning homecoming queen, and that she absolutely will notice that she didn't get a single goddamn vote.
Gotcha. Did they entirely replace the ballot box? Because like I thought it was you were putting extra ones inside of the existing ballot box, but did you empty
like
it entirely?
They
all fell out.
The student populace.
Right.
So,
got it.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Okay.
So maybe because it's as important to you as the murder of Brad that homecoming goes swiftly, like that's probably the only complication that you like latch onto in terms of this situation.
Got it. Okay.
So you dismiss your cheerleading cronies?
Yes, I do. I would just tell them to like just go home as normal, and we'll just like dispose of the body whenever the next opportunity comes, and it's all good.
Okay. Do you go anywhere or with any of them, or is that just like? Because I know that you usually don't stay at your house. Do you stay at your house now today?
Yeah, I stay at my house tonight.
Let's go up the stairs that Brad was gonna go up and like open the door. What is the state of your house?
So the state of my house is like what is that? Oh my goodness. What is that film that I'm thinking of right now? And I literally can't remember it. It's got Ewan McGregor in it, and it's a bunch of druggies, and it's also like Train
Spotting?
Train spotting. Very big Train Spotting energy. Like it's like all the wallpaper's like yellowed, the carpet's like stained, there's like so many dishes on the sink, it's ridiculous, and they're moldy, and there's fruit flies, and there's flies everywhere, and like the fridge is like leaking weirdly, and it just they're so musty and like stinky and awful in there. It's like not quite a hoarder's house, but it's like a very like not looked after home, and it's just like disgusting. And that's like the living room and the kitchen and stuff that you come into when you go up the basement stairs.
Okay, so Harley in her spotless brown and yellow cheerleading uniform walks up the stairs from the basement, and we get this shot of like the yellow in your uniform and the blonde of your hair looking super bright and perfect amongst this otherwise like absolutely junkyard looking house. And like there's this really old lazy boy that is like propped right in front of the television with on either side of its armrest like piles of beer cans that have just not been picked up. And is it your mom or your dad that
It's
you
the
live with?
mom.
It's your mom. So your mom is sitting in that chair and the television is on and she's just watching Jeopardy and calling out all of the answers and all of them are wrong. And she's like the television is very loud as it ordinarily is, and like she's kind of like mumble whispering the answers with a drunken slur. Also, rip Alex Trebek, we love him. But he's looking magnificent on the television.
Absolutely.
He's just great. He's an icon.
Truly.
But yeah, so you walk up the stairs and like whatever sounds were in the basement, like she did not fucking care. She's very drunk and there's just like piles of like everything everywhere and she's sitting in front of the television.
I'm just gonna lock like the basement door behind me, I guess, and I'm just gonna go up to like behind her a little bit and be like, Mom, did the delivery of your meds come? Did you open them yet?
And she, having not even noticed you were there, like maybe jumps like a little bit, but like the drunken like like it's a very like, you know, like body movement, like, oh wait, you're there. And she looks back at you and she's like, where the fuck have you been?
I was at school. I had school today.
I don't mean today. I mean for the last week. I'm almost out of toilet paper.
Do you want me to go get toilet paper
Yes.
now? Okay. It's fine. Do you want me to put your meds in the bathroom for you?
And she just like waves at you and turns back to the television.
I imagine that she's, I don't know if you have it in America, but we're going to pretend we have it in this town. Here, you can get your medication delivered to your house. And I like to imagine that I just like get her meds and I open them and I take some of them and I put in like iron tablets or something as a replacement for like the Valium that she takes. And then I guess I pick up her wallet that has like $2 in it and I'm just going to go to this store, I guess.
Okay. So we don't necessarily have to like go into like Harley goes to the grocery store. But is there anything else that you wanted to do before school the next day or
No, I don't think so. I think I would just enjoy the nice night air walk and I have that moment where it's like no one's really on the streets and it's just you and you kind of like dissociate a little bit and you feel like the day at school you had isn't real and the thing you just did in the basement isn't real and nothing's real and no one actually exists and you don't exist. And that kind of like, I just kind of go into that state that I'm usually in when I'm not surrounded by people where it's just like I'm just empty and there's nothing there and she's just like a husk of a person.
So we get the like a girl walking alone at night vibes, but instead of like the neighborhood looks very threatening, it's very like picturesque, almost like, you know, what's the Black and Pleasantville kind of like, we saw the like gory basement shit happening just a few minutes ago and the absolute dump truck of your house, and then you close the door behind you and the color grading of the scene completely changes. So all of a sudden it goes like straight back to like young teenage girl walks through a perfectly safe neighborhood at night.
Yeah.
And maybe you're even like whistling a little bit and like doing that thing that like young children do where they like put one foot directly in front of the other, like you're playing games with yourself while you're walking. And it's just like the incongruity of like you just murdered someone in the basement and now you're like cheerleader, like a high ponytail, walking like to the grocery store for your mother, which is just like a very good shot, I think. Otherwise, because you made that roll, nothing untoward happens tonight. But we do have some very exciting things. I just wanted to make sure that we got the closing scene of Harley Sharp's murder party.
Murder party.
We like step back from the like Harley, you know, walking to the 7-Eleven and like jump immediately back into this magical, beautiful, other realm that Tom, Bella, and Hannah have just found themselves in. And you're just like, it's kind of like a shock cut. So it's like almost no preparation for the audience either. And just all of a sudden, like, bam, you're here. I feel like it might be a little too early for a break, but do we want to do an early break before we continue, or?
I don't mind. I'm easy.
Good to keep going.
Whatever you fancy.
Yeah, I feel like
mind.
this is a good place for a break. It's a little bit earlier than usual, but we're gonna take it anyway. Just because it is a good transition.
Do everything else at once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, cool.
Exactly.
I'll see you friendos in 10 minutes. The little break screen loops, so it's 5 and then 5. So go get a water, go do a stretch, go do your things, and we'll be back shortly. Bye.